I generated 15 million plus LinkedIn impressions by ignoring the #1 piece of advice everyone tells you. And if you don't ignore it too, you could be missing out on 5 and 6 figure deals. So today I will reveal the popular advice secretly killing your LinkedIn growth. A simple strategy to 10x your impressions while attracting your best clients. And I'll give you 30 plus proven LinkedIn posts to grow your following and your business. So to start, let me show you what's been happening on LinkedIn that's making everything you've been told completely wrong. These coffee beans in my hand, they represent LinkedIn content. And this cup, this is what most businesses are doing. They are flooding LinkedIn with content, post after post. And that kind of used to work until AI came in and changed everything. Now everyone can post more content. Everyone can write faster. And the platform, it is so crowded that your audience doesn't know who to trust anymore. But here's what's fascinating. The businesses landing 5 and 6 figure deals with LinkedIn, they are not playing this game. Instead of drowning their audience with content, they are doing something much more powerful. They are becoming the obvious choice in their industry. So let me show you exactly how you can do it too. First, you need credibility, but not the usual kind. I'm not talking about certificates or diplomas. Credibility needs to be in everything you do and post. In the link below, I'll show you exactly how you can bring credibility into your LinkedIn profile. But right now, I want to just focus on your content. There are 3 formulas that work every single time and that will help you to build this sort of credibility. #1 is where you prove the results you've been generating. So in the hook, you just preview the results you've generated and then you follow into the 3 main points. The biggest problems that they faced, the simple changes that fixed it, and then 3 lessons they can apply today. This is the framework that you can follow. And you can see in this example that Virgilio used this exact formula on his hook. And this is formula #1, the results post. Now let's see formula #2. You want to hook your audience with a big number that shows that you had a lot of work and resources invested into that. Then you just mention common advice that they might be wrong about, what the top performers are doing differently, and one metric or one change that could predict success. In this example from Gil Alouche, you can see he uses the hook to tell exactly what they are doing wrong, and then he leads with data. And in this example from Alina, she also leads with data by proving something that everyone tells but no one shows. And this second formula is the data story. Now let's look at formula #3. The goal here is to point a mistake that your target audience is doing. So you can lead with this sort of hook. I see this mistake in, and then you state the industry or audience. Then you just point out the mistake, why it doesn't work, and the opposite approach. In this example from Adam Robinson, he clearly states the 5 biggest mistakes that leads founders to not finding product market fit. I will leave a link down below with all of these examples and templates so you can just grab them and use them. But let's be honest, credibility alone isn't enough. So let me show you exactly what your audience needs to see to decide to buy your product or service. Remember all those businesses fighting for attention? That's what happens when you try to be everything to everyone. So instead of fighting for a crowded space, you build your own space and you fill that specific space with content that your audience actually wants to read. That's going to build your credibility post after post. And this is how you become known for one specific thing. And this is what happened with one of my clients. They were posting about marketing, sales, company culture, leadership, everything. Getting decent engagement, but pretty much 0 leads. Then we narrowed their focus to one thing, helping SaaS companies reduce churn. Within 30 days, they had CEOs sliding into their DMs wanting to know more about the product. Why? Because suddenly they were not competing with everyone else. They were building their own space, filling their own cup. They were the churn reduction experts, and there's no way a crowded feed is going to compete with that space. So if you want to position yourself as the expert, this is what you need to do. First, pick your one thing. The wrong way to do it is to say, I help businesses grow. The right way to do it is to say, I help SaaS businesses reduce churn from X to Y. After you have your one thing, your posts need to reinforce this message constantly. So instead of saying, here are 5 ways to reduce churn, you can lead with more value. Here are 5 ways companies doing 2 to 5 million in annual recurring revenue can do to reduce churn. This is how your business turns into the go-to solution in your industry. But here's where things get interesting. You can have all the credentials in the world, all the experience in the world, and still fail because you are not able to convert prospects into clients. Let me show you what I mean. One of my clients was selling cybersecurity software. Incredible credentials, deep expertise in the team, and yet the content was not converting. You know why? Because all of the posts were too technical for the target audience they wanted to attract, which were small business owners. So we changed one thing. We started leading with stories and cases from small business owners that were either losing a lot of money because of breaches or that were making a lot of money because they faced those problems early on. Suddenly, the same expertise, the same credentials presented differently started generating traction. This is what I call relevancy. So let me show you the exact framework to turn expertise into deals. I call it PACT. First, you identify the problems and you name their specific pain points. Second, you agitate, meaning you show the cost of not fixing those problems. Then you lead into credibility. This is where you position your solution and your expertise, whether that's you or the entire company. And then you show the transformation. This is where you paint the picture of success. And this post perfectly illustrates this framework in action. Here, the problem is stated right in the first sentence. Then we agitate the cost of not fixing the problem. Then we show the solution and data to back it up. And finally, we just present a new definition of success. And if you are struggling to see exactly which posts are performing and how you can use them as inspiration, I've put together a board with more than 30 plus high-performing posts that can drive leads, can drive authority, and help you close more deals. And if you think this strategy is powerful, wait until you combine this with what I'm going to show you next. LinkedIn just rolled out 5 new algorithm changes that pretty much no one's talking about. So watch this video next before everyone else catches on these changes.